You're welcome back to the news right here. And of course, our conversation segment centered around the operatives of the Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra State, also known as Ocha Brigade, who were involved in a shooting accident that claimed the lives of a pregnant woman and 4 others. They have been arrested following that operation, and the operatives were said to be on enforcement exercise near the Emekofo Plaza main market on Asia on Tuesday, when an altercation ensued between them and traders, leading to the shooting that sent panic into the market. The Ocha Brigade is a state-run enforcement agency tasked with ensuring environmental sustainability and enforcing government policies on cleanliness, order, and discipline, and improving the overall health of Anambra State. Well, joining me now to discuss this issue is Comrade Chinedu Francis Okoye, and he's a social commentator in Anambra. Good evening, Comrade, and welcome to the show. Good evening.
All right.
It's good to have you. Great. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
hearing you already that I have a crack of network.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. All right, so let's talk about this Ocha Brigade. Of course, it was everywhere in the news, but my first question will be, why do they have to have guns? You know, why do they have to be given guns? And because from the role that I see here, they're just meant to enforce government environmental sustainability and some government policies, you know, making Anambra State clean. So why do they have to have guns and something like those kind of weapons? Because the lives that have been killed now, no one can bring back. Could you please let us know what your take is on it?
All right. Thank you very much. In first aspect of that incident that happened at Donita, well, I would say is quite unfortunate, but the issue on it is that before you be able to give any person a gun to handle, you must be able to give that person orientation on how to go or implement the issues that will lead to using a gun on such acts. Not just give anybody you see a gun to handle. Some of those people doesn't know when to use a gun and when not to use a gun. Coming to Anambra State, we have many squad or section of people in terms of being security minded of in the Anambra system of government, which is very, very bad. And most of those young guys giving those guns, most of them haven't handled a gun before. Most of them are most criminal known in the state. Most of them are some of those hooligans or touts, if I may use such word, to those people. So you see that most of them haven't in any way, you know, learn how to handle a gun at point of those situations in such happen in that Onitsha Avenue, because I believe if we're properly giving orientation on those aspects of their work, they will know when to use a gun and when not to use a gun. Even though they are giving that gun, not supposing that the squad created for needed to use a gun or not.
This is a very sad incident, and many times we've just heard government reactions, or the governor feels bad, or the governor condemned it, you know, and stuff like that. But the lives that have been taken and the lives that are constantly being taken, especially also referring to the outburst of insecurity, you know, in Ogidi, of course, at a burial ceremony. And today the police have come out to say, oh, well, it was a cult clash. You know, it's beginning to become very worrisome that Anambra is, you know, a place where insecurity is now, you know, reigning supreme there, even with the governor, you know, trying to bring his group, you know, I don't remember the name of that group again. But what can you say is really going on in terms of the insecurity? Agune Chemba, I think, yeah. So what can you say is really going on in terms of insecurity in your state?
Well, my problem is that Governor Soludo in question doesn't know the strategy of using the security he meant to use of life and properties in Anambra State. Because when creating a security agency, you have to give a guideline to those personnel or those people in question. Give them proper orientation and what they are after of, not mobbing youth, giving them arms and some weapons, parading themselves as part of the security agency that they are securing life and property, while they are damaging life and properties in many ways. I could remember one of my village young guy, they murdered in cold hand of blood some time ago. It was one of those Agune chamber of 18, which is very, very bad. He asked what the young man did. There's no reasonable reason for them to take such attack on the young man that led to it. Then you look at Udogade aspect of something. It's not what they sent them they are doing. They are now standing on the road, on junction and many other places, collecting money like police, which is not what they are after of. If you refuse to give them, they will cock a gun. That's why I say they are not trained to handle a gun. They are not trained or being properly given orientation on what is expecting of them, and which is very bad. In such ways, it will be very hard for you to achieve your aim as a government from those people you map out to work for you on those aspects of security. And if time did not take, those people will turn to another thing after Governor Soludo must have stepped down as the governor of Anambra State.
Right. All
So
right.
it's very
Let's talk a bit about the upcoming elections that will be happening in November. Do you think that all of this insecurity might play a very big role in the reinstatement of Governor Soludo? Because from his statements, he seems very sure that he might want to come back again. And of course, we know this is Nigeria, where the power of incumbency, really matters. So what do you think that Anambra State citizens would do at the polls in November? What do you predict?
Yeah, this is a very critical situation. Come to this Anambra gubernatorial election, November 8th. I don't know how it's going to be, because most people will be scared away with the situation in Anambra now about insecurity. If time didn't take, it will have a lot bloodshed. But I believe that he should trace his footstep and know how to re-strategize the move of those people he called as a security or map out as a security to be able to take their way normal. Because if time didn't take, it will be a very huge problem for people to come out to vote. And if coming out, you may be thinking or having in mind that one thing must be at stake at the polling unit because of improper security move and the guide to the masses.
All right. All right, thank you so much for telling us a bit about how it's there in your state, and we appreciate your time. Thank you, Comrade Chinedu.
Yeah, welcome. I really appreciate having you this night.
Thank you. That's all we have for you tonight on Afiat TV News, streaming live from Enugu, Nigeria. And on behalf of the entire production team, I am Amazing Grace Ajayi. Thank you so much for watching, and good night.